guys, it's Rick. I'm back for Pixie Dust Designs today, and we are going to be making a cute little card using the Dog's Life die set, the Woof Stamp Set, and some pattern paper from the Puppy Love paper pad. So I have stamped out my little Yorkie with his little bone with some alcohol marker friendly ink, and I'm going to color this up using my Ahoo markers. And I am starting off with my darkest color, which is E130, and then I'm blending that out with E080, and then we're going to blend that out with E020, or E40, I think, and YR5. So I'm just going to blend those shades out. I'm on the YR5 right now, and I'm going to blend his little muzzle, I think is what you would call that on the cute little puppy. I don't really know. We're going to use those same little shades and blend those out with the Y5 in the middle. I've used my highlight shadow on the outside since he's facing forward and had the lightest color on the inside. For his ears, I'm just using E090, which is eggshell white. And I've added just a little pink to his tongue. It wasn't dark enough, so I came back in with a little darker shade. And I'm going to use a natural gray marker on his nose. I couldn't think of it. Okay, for the bone, I am coloring that with YG01, Warm Gray 1, and YG050. And I'm just going to blend that out. And then I will take, there are no matching dies for this, so I'm going to just simply fussy cut my cute little dog with his big, huge bone right out. It's super easy to cut out right around the line. I know some of you people hate fussy cutting, but it's really not that bad. It's actually pretty easy. Just remember when you're fussy cutting, this is the best tip ever. Move your scissors up and down only. When you're closing your scissors, that's what you're doing. And the only other thing you are moving is the paper. You want, if you have a turn, you turn the paper, not your scissors. And that way it's super easy. I have die cut all my Dog's Life pieces out from the Dog's Life Pixi cuts. I've cut my little doghouse out using some brown cardstock. I couldn't decide on the roof of the doghouse if I wanted it to be blue or if I wanted it to be red. I decided that I was going to go with the blue piece, and that's just pattern paper, just some cardstock. All the supplies are listed below in the video. Let's see, if this video, I think this video came out after the release happened, because the release for this set of products was pushed back a little bit. So I believe this is coming out after the release, so everything should be listed. If not, it will be after the release starts. I'm pretty sure, though, because it came out April, released, it was moved back to the 29th, so yes, this would be out already when this video goes up. And I was trying to decide about the bone, if I wanted to leave the, do the blue, do the white, or I had this extra white one here. I'm going to go back and put the red one in, just to inlay that a little bit. So all these products should be listed. I have those extra pieces. I'll just stick those in the back of the packaging, and that way I have those for later. Now, there is this cute little dog bowl in this die set, along with the doghouse. So I'm going to put that on my card today. So I'm going to build those little pieces up. I'm going to attach the top onto my bottom, and I've taken and cut some from some gold glitter cardstock. I've actually cut another piece from some craft cardstock, and I'm going to trim off the bottom part and around the edge, and I'm going to inlay this into my dog bowl. That's my red dog bowl, and I'm going to add a little bit of color to it. So I'm coming in with BR1, and I'm just going to add a little bit of color, or I'm sorry, this is R28 and R27 in the Ahoo markers. So I'm just going to add that in there and then blend that out with the colorless blender. Just that way it gives it a little depth. And I'm going to do the same thing to the doghouse to add a little depth to that. I'm coming in with that R28 on the sides and underneath the roof. And I'm going to do the R27 to blend that out with the, just where we put our highlights just then. I'm going to blend that out. Actually, I think this is the R28. So we did the R27 first to get the shadows in there and then map that out. And then I'm going to blend that out with the R27. I'm sorry about that, y'all. It's been a little while since I've made this card. So I had to remember what I did. Now I'm going to blend that out just with my 0 marker. And remember that all that does is it erases and helps it blend together. The blue, I'm coming in with BG070, and then I'm going to come back in with BO50. So it's BO70, and I'm going to end up coming back with BO50. I'm going to add some little red in there with just a little darker red marker, and around the top. And I can't remember what this marker is. I'm so sorry I didn't put them on the screen. But we're just going to blend that out to add just that little bit of depth to our roof. If Rick could talk, that would be something, I know. Alright, so I've cut down a piece of the Dog's Life Puppy Love pattern paper pack. Sorry about that. This is just a beautiful plaid pattern. Gingham plaid. It's plaid. And I'm going to arrange, I've cut that down to an A2 card front size. I'm going to arrange that on my, arrange my house where I want it. I'm trying to decide here where I want my other pattern paper to be. And I actually end up deciding to put it lower on the card so that my dog house is sitting right there in line with it. So that's where I'm going to put it, and I'm going to, I've attached that other piece of paper, that other pattern paper down. That way we have a nice little blend. I am going to add a little bit of foam tape on the top because there is a little bit of a lift. That way everything is nice and even on the card. I'm going to go ahead and attach that. I'm going to add some foam tape behind my cute little puppy with his big, huge bone. And we're going to attach our dog bowl next. And I'm going to inlay the gold paw print. So I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to kind of push it in place with my little pick here. But the only thing is about this glitter paper, it cuts all the way through, but you have to force it sometimes to go the rest of the way through. So I decide here in a second that it's going to be easier just to pop the little paw prints out. And that way I'll just use my pickup tool and just stick them in place, instead of trying to fight with them and poke them out. It was much easier to do it this way. So I'm just going to take and use my little pickup tool and just drop those into their little respective little paw prints. Or finger paw? Is it a finger or is it a paw? I don't know. So we're just going to attach that down and attach those in place. I'll save the rest of that dog bowl for another project. We're going to peel off our little foam tape off the back of our cute little dog. And then I'm going to come in, and this is where I decided to blend that top of that roof out a little bit. So I went to the BO50 to blend that out a little bit better, and then I'll come back with the clear and blend that. I wasn't loving the transition, so I decided to come back and give it a little bit more love. So I'm just blending that out. That way it has a better transition down there. Now I've got to decide on my sentiment from the Woof Stamp Set. Woof Stamp Set. I keep wanting it sounds like I'm saying wolf, W-O-L-F, instead of W-O-O-F. So I'm just taking a scrap piece of paper, and this is the same color that I use for to stamp my little puppy on, and I'm just stamp that down in some black ink, and I'm going to cut that out with a circle die and add that up in just a second above my little farmhouse, my little dog house. But I'm going to add a little bit of yellow ink blending around the little dog house to make it look like a moon or a sun. You can take your pick, and it's going to be coming up over the dog house, and it has "Have a Pawsome Day." Now we're going to add our finishing touches by adding just a few white gel pen highlights with my Securicoi bold gel pen. So I have just added those in, and we are going to simply come in. I'm going to outline my little dog bone up here to kind of add into that look of the inlay. So we are just going to add that in there and just trace right around it. I mean, it's kind of cartoonish anyway, so it kind of added to it. But it was just a way to add a little bit of definition to our little inlaid dog sign. So, and then actually is what I'm about to do. I'm going to write on it to make it like a little home sign for his little doghouse. And I think I said bone sweet bone is what I wrote on there. And I'm going to finish this off by adding some Stardust stickles to the big bone and to his little ears. And let's see, the little parts of the eyes. I ended up taking that off. And to the little dog bowl. And I'm going to take these little paw print shaker elements that are part of this release, and I'm going to attach a few of them around my sentiment up at the top. I did 3. There's 2 sets of these. There's one that's just solid, this solid craft color, and then there are some that are some different colors. So I'm going to take a scrap piece of this paper that I had left over, just like a 1/2-inch strip, and I'm going to attach it to the inside of my card, and that is going to add just a little bit of texture to it. And there is a look at my finished card after I add just a few more little finishing details. With my white gel pen, I decided I wanted a few more little highlights in there. So I'm going to add just a few more little dots, and I'm going to add just one more line right there to connect everything together. And there is a look at my finished project. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. There's a look at the card. Stay crafty, guys. Love you.